It is our great pleasure to present our research findings entitled Behavioral Insights on Farmers' Reservation in Adapting Conservation Agriculture-Based Sustainable Intensification Technologies in Bihar in the 66th Annual Conference of the Australian Agricultural and Resource Economic Society. Here is our team. This research is part of the project Understanding Farm Household Management Decision Making for Increased Productivity in the Eastern Gangetic Plains, sponsored by ACIR Australian Government, led by the team of University of Western Australia and regionally implemented by Department of Agricultural Economics, Bihar Agricultural University, Sabor, Bhagalpur, Bihar, India. Here, as per the title, we are talking about conservation agriculture. So we have some desktop research that what conservation agriculture is. So it is a resource-saving technology for production intensification with the enhancement of natural resource base. It has main three components of minimum soil disturbance, permanent organic soil cover, and crop rotation. It was developed to the concerns over global agricultural sustainability, and now it is covered around 8% of world's arable land. And researchers prove that the conservation agriculture gives the similar yield and saves time and energy input than conventional tillage and maintains environmental sustainability. So the two questions comes to the mind of the researcher, though people know that this conservation agriculture technology has many benefits of cost saving, energy saving, and developing environmental sustainability like ameliorated soil organic matter, improves water filtration, and soil reduce soil erosion. However, why this technology is not that much greatly adapted? Questions. One is that either this claimed benefit of this specific technology did not match the expected level of benefit at farmers level, or there are some mindset biases of the farmer. So the first approach, that is the claimed benefit, to convince the farmer, incentivize tools has been adapted to convince the farmer. They have given the incentives. However, the technology adoption was less. And so this researcher takes this pragmatic approach that there may be many behavioral factors. There are cognitive factors, self-control problems, reliance, stereotype, endowment effect, social, psychological, many issues they may face with the farmers, that the farmers are not adopting this technology. So with this background, this research is framed with the objectives to identify the farmers' decision-making behavior in adoption of conservation agriculture sustainable intensification technologies, and to utilize these findings in devising further strategies through experimenting and examining with behavioral economic tools to counter the decision inertia and improve the adoption of Kashi technology. So with this objective, we framed two-phase methodology. At first phase, we conduct 7 FGDs, that is focus group discussion in Purnia district of Bihar in 3 different nodes, and where some intervention already made by some other agencies, some field demonstration has been made by some institutions, those area has been selected to bring some behavioral concerns of the farmers' decision making. And then these decision making concerns are again retested with the key informant interviews collected from 125 farmers of 4 categories of farmers. There are adapters, scaling farmers, non-adapters, and disadapters. And this data has been analyzed with the in vivo software, and the result has been presented in the subsequent tables. So we conducted the FGDs on 3 topics. First one is that the behavioral insights on adoption of Kasi technology on direct seeded rice. And there we have 1 FGD for male farmers and 1 FGD for female farmer group. We have seen that they have some bounded rationality problem, because the farmers, they know that transplanted paddy they are cultivating from their ancestors, and they know this technological know-how. So, and it has higher productivity than direct seeded rice. Then they think that more number of plowing and deeper the plowing, the higher the productivity for them. It is also a concern that the small size of plot, and they don't want to take risk, and also for them the yield is important, and they don't calculate that much cost. This technology both has prospects and problems. For example, though DSR has lesser yield but than the conventional transplanted paddy, but since it is cost saving in terms of labor and it saves times, so people, due to labor shortage, they are going to adopt this technology. Then they have seen that due to this, DSR is early shown and its deep root anchorage survive the flood over the transplanted rice. However, there is a problem that calibration of the zero tillage machine and the expertise available locally is a great problem. Some farmers adopted this ZD wheat, which they find that it is profitable, and so they are again adapted for DSR. But they found that controlling weeds is a critical problem in case of DSR rice. There are different cognitiveness among the farmers, but the farmers are learning from the fellow farmers, because many of them are with progressive mindset, and the field demonstration, the incentives and consultation and motivation convinced the farmers to adopt DSR even when they are resource poor. They really wondered that the cropping is possible without plowing, and the initial input support boosts their confidence. Some of the female farmers are members of Jivika group. It is a self-help group, and when the group is convinced, they are ready to implement. And gradually, with the field demonstration, consultation of experts, they are gradually convinced about the technology, and subsequent years their adoption is more. However, many people are very much skeptical, but once they got incentives, they found that there is no loss. So they had boosted their confidence. Yet, many people are finding the difficulty of calibration of machines and availability of trained driver. So, but with the subsequent years, they are learning it and gradually developing this expertise. Similar result has been found in case of technology adoption in ZT maize. So they say that the ZT crop is more attacked by rodent, and their small size of field is also a problem which they can be managed by the family laborers. So they don't want to invest through the ZT machines. However, they found its prospect that it takes less time, and early sowing increase the yield over broadcasting, as well as they can take a summer crop. However, the establishment related with maize, their uneven germination is a problem, and it is not profitable for maize since the maize cost of maize seed is very high. Then experience in handling ZT machine will overcome gradually. They think that. However, cognitiveness is increasing because other people from other villages are asking them, and the field technician are from the villages, and they are also convincing to take the technology, and they are also ready to disseminate to other farmers also. In case of service provision, we see that dual behavior is there, that male farmers and female farmers, they say they are agreed that this technology saves labor, irrigation, and saves time, and plant vigor and yield increased. And service provider, they said that there is equal distribution of seed, and it is the labor saving technology. Also, the bird attack problem with broadcasting is overcome with this CASI technology. The farmers, they have complained that service provider are hesitate to giving service for small plots and distant plots, and approach in a cluster area, with a group of farmers, then it is possible, but yet there are many differences among the farmers. So group formation is very nascent stage, and they are saying that the farmers, mostly the big farmers, kept the ZD machine and available for others only when their operation is over. The service provider, however, they responded that yes, this is a problem, that small plots and distant plots, it is not profitable for them since it consumes more time and fuel, and farmers are not ready to pay higher charges. But they don't discriminate among female and male farmers. However, over the years, the competition has increased and reduced their profits. But gradually, the people trust towards the extension fellows who are disseminating the technology, and they are trying to forming the groups. And service providers are also agreed that they can give a discount if they are approaching through a group, and every farmers want to get it done it first, but as per uh, the convenience of the service provider, they only provide, they are managing at best possible way. So with this insights from FGDs, the details interventions to be planned, and for which the key informants interview has been, statements are presented here that these adapters and non-adapters, since a long time they are practicing transplanted paddy, they are concerned with this endowment effects. And however, there is cognitive limitations also, that some of them earn wages from agricultural labor, and this technology saves labor, so they cannot find remunerative one, as agriculture wage is one of part or a greater part of their income. Some people have very small piece of land and they don't take one to risk, rather than they followed risk aversion. But the continuous nudging through reminder and social proof of on-field demonstration, the farmers are convinced with this technology, and gradually adoption is more. Their dual behavior of the farmer also found that they feel that the DSR crop is not that good, mainly the DSR rice. However, since the expenses is less, so they are preferring it than puddle rice. They are very much concerned about their identity, and when the other people ask about the technology to them or they share their story, they feel proud. But they are finding some rationality problem also, that huge, they think that the more the fertilizer they use, more the production they will get. Core farmers, scaling farmers, they find that when scientists and extension person visited and demonstrate the zero tillage, that motivated them to adopt this technology. Some of the adapters and disadapters, they practiced for 1 to 2 years, and since they found it is hectic for their machine calibration and service provider, so they say that is the problem. And some of them say that they think that yes, it was risky avenue, but as the people of their confidence and scientists and extension personnel motivate them, so they try it in small plants. And many neighbors told when the technology was nascent stage at the villages that why you are wasting your time with this new technology and losing some income. So but they had taken the risk, and they are thinking that okay, gradually they are practicing that and they are adapting it. However, the latter adapter who did not get any incentives, they say that without incentives, they are not going to adapt. So in short, if we summarize it, then we can see that this CASI technology was disseminated through on-field demonstration and input support and adapted by the core farmers. However, when the withdrawals of these incentives happens, then some farmer go on more acreage on this technology that are scaling farmers. There are case of disadoption and non-adoption also. And the behavioral insights we found here, this perceived risk, nudging, dual system theory, social identity theory, bounded rationality, social control theory, and theory of plant behavior. So if we want to summarize this synthesis of FGDs and KIS, then we can say that insights from FGD and KIS with the behavioral economics tools, it is in a very nascent stage to apply in farmers field. Yet we found that this CASI technology, it is beneficial technology. However, it is countered with the bounded rationality problem, that is the people are resistant to change their traditional practice of cultivating crop. They wondered that cropping is possible without plowing. It is a miracle for them, and the adapters and disadapters are entangled with endowment effects, and they have the cognitive limitations that, and they follow the loss aversion practice. However, nudging through continuous reminder and social proof played a crucial role for this adoption of this technology. The farmer showed a dual behavior in case of adoption of DSR, that is direct seeded rice, that though there is problem of crop establishment and wheat problem, however, and the lesser yield, however, due to the expenses is less and labor saving and labor availability is a problem during the peak season, they adopt DSR. The competency of service provider, lack of availability of trained driver, lack of expertise in machine calibration and repair hurdled in adoption of CASI technology in the field. However, this adoption was more when the incentive was given, but as soon as this incentive is withdrawn, the adoption faded away and lead to disadoption and non-adoption. Therefore, the tailor-made strategy and experiments were further needed to explore this nascent field of behavioral economics, and that may be useful for technology adoption in further study, and not only CASI technology, in other technology study, it can be replicable. Thank you. And with this short presentation, I request the House for the discussion and suggestion, please.